Yo, what is good, guys? What is cracking? What's going on? Some of the last shows here. Let's get this started right. Let me bring my boy in here. Let's put a little intro in. I know people don't like intros, but fuck them. Fuck them. Intros are something special. You know what I mean? It's just the way to go. It's very professional to have intros. So here's one for you. Fuck them. My boy Ethan Thompson.
As we close out 2024.
Yeah.
And we're closing out the Goat Milk Diaries as we know it. Yeah. We'll be back. Don't trust the fact that me and Doza will be back at some point. It's just we gotta let Doza handle his shit. Let him get right. Let him get established, and then we'll weasel our way back into your hearts and your minds.
I got all these Reggie sales coming in. I gotta do all
Reggie's for life, bro.
Oh, life Reggie's. We handing them out. We just
and trust me, it's not that serious. I promise you, nobody's cranking out Reggie's with a snap. It's a joke.
Or is
Lighten up.
Or is
just lighten up. No, after today, like literally after today, I'm like, I've never encountered a hobby of grown men, 40-year-old, 30-year-old men with more sticks up their ass, God, than I've ever seen in my life. Like, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, look.
You take the straw out your ass. Seriously.
They got the wrappers on everything up there.
They got the wrapper on everything because they didn't want to be clean with it, sanitary like with
those big milkshake straws.
My God.
Those are up there. Like, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Get fucking over it, people.
And Jesus. If you have a problem with what I say or what Doza says, bro, we're the people. We'll send you a StreamYard link. And we are those huckleberries. There's very few of us that talk the talk and walk the walk, but I'll do it.
Definitely.
As far as today's transpired, I've gotten messages from everywhere from Vinny Carquito to Matt Panetta.
Really? Vinny Carquito?
Yes. I posted what I thought was a funny haha. Sean Randall had posted the screenshots or sent them to Vinny. In the screenshots, there was a little nudie chick in there, and I was like, yo, watch what you're sending in your screenshots. Thought it was funny.
I'm sure that if it had been a screenshot from somebody about you on that, totally fine.
Yes,
totally
but
fine.
Apparently I embarrassed somebody, so I took it down, just wasn't trying to embarrass anybody. I was just
pastrami anyways. It's just pastrami, people. Do you guys
just having a little
walk
fun
into your woman at night and see that and go, ooh,
you pee out of there?
Come Come on, guys.
Like, that's what I feel like, bro.
Jesus. By the way, drink
So like,
for you guys that know, if you know, you know. If you know, yeah. And I got my refill here. Got some little Casamigos from a very special friend who sent that to me. Quite a few of these. Thank you so much. I am eternally grateful. Let me take this drink. Because in here I have some watermelon flavored tequila with some lime, some salt, some magic on the rim here.
yeah, I'm just a little vodka with a little 7-Up chaser. Nothing spectacular.
Oh my God. That is, you know those lollipops, those like pineapple chili lollipops?
Yeah.
Dude, that's like that with a shot of some goodness, right? Dude.
You know, they should make those lollipops, but in the center, have them hollow with a little bit of shot of vodka or tequila in the middle.
Well, actually, in Mexico, they did that when I was a kid.
Did they?
used to have they were square, and they even had a small little, either you could pick the worm from the tequila bottle to be in there, or a little mini scorpion. And when you got to the middle of it, you would eat the little chewy scorpion. Let's see who's on the comments real quick. Who we got tonight?
Who got? Oh shit!
Mr. Nick Carnival. This is the only man this year I owe a fucking apology to. If I owe anybody an apology this year, it's this man before the year ends. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, I know it's been heard before, but there are people, very small number, less than these fingers on this hand, that can comment or say something in the groups, and it's forget about it.
We're gonna get into that because there's the level of hypocriticalness I want to address too.
What's up, Cav? What's going on, brother?
Like, and I challenge all the Carmines and Panettas and Nicks and Talmadges and whoever, Gary, whoever wants to come on and just have fun, because this is what it's going to be. Ultimately, it's going to be some truth talking, and it's just going to be fun. And if you can't handle it, I'm sorry.
Some people get it.
You get a Reggie. You get a Reggie. Everybody gets a Reggie.
You get a Reggie. And you get a Reggie. Oh, my God. Come on. Look at this. And I'll tell you what. My phone was going off today. My message box. Not like other people's inboxes. Oh, my fucking inbox is blowing up on this subject. Shut the fuck up. Fucking 9 messages you probably got. Come on. I was getting blown up. The surprise of people coming in my inbox saying, dude, I would definitely get one from you. I am down for that. When I say blow up, I mean blow up. And I got the receipts. But you know what? Dude, from what I saw, the evidence today, it's not that serious, guys. Who gives a shit? I don't do a Reggie belt. That's wrong. Then don't buy a fucking boot. Whether it's classic shields or classic shits or top to bottom, don't buy a fucking belt. Don't buy a boot. Oh, God. Nick, we got a problem. Mr. Ben Walker, what's up, brother? What's going on? What is up, brother? It was funny. It was awesome. Mr. Andy Bolger, what's going on, brother? Joey, he says, did you guys take some steam away from Tony? And that's why the show is ending. He's threatening to take it down because it's the 4th show he has been kicked.
He just doesn't show up.
Tony no show now. Shut up, Joey.
Tony's like our dad that went to go get milk and just never came back.
All I want to hear from your ass tonight is if you got an extra pair of Bret Hart signed glasses, send them this way. Send them this way. If not, talk to the hand. Talk to the hand, dude. Jesus Christ. Joey, though, I gotta say, very nice of you. He won the glasses from the raffle. The giveaway.
Oh, Kevin?
From Kevin.
Yes.
Gold Dropkick. Shout out to Gold Dropkick, Kevin.
Kevin, yours and Andy to go out Saturday for me via USPS priority mail. So I'll get you tracking on Saturday afternoon.
You sick, man. You sick fucking man. You send them out. Don't just laugh about it. Don't you look? He's already. Don't try to give him a big head. He's already has.
Right, he's got a melon already.
Mr. Richard Who Ward, do we finally, before the end of the year, find out who the flying hell?
Nobody knows who you are.
But seriously, guys, girl fucking sense of humor, and quote my boy over here, go get some ass.
Thank you.
Go get some ass, get a fucking humor, take a joke. Who knows? It might not be a joke now. Now you guys have tempted me.
You know,
I might start making Rusty Reggies myself.
Don't even go there, because you know I'm gonna get 9 more messages. All I'm saying is, like, look,
inbox can handle 9
here's the people, and I'm not even gonna address. I'm not really gonna even jump into the Talmadge, Tyler Dove, Great Custom Bounce. My boy Kevin is gonna handle that. We'll handle that on Tuesday, and we'll do it in a very, very professional type manner, because this is not gonna be professional.
Joey says, I do have
Just
a big
not.
head. I'm sending those Road Warrior figures to everyone not named Antonio. Well, good, because my name is Tony, not Antonio. And 2, Road Warriors were racist. No, thank you.
True story.
True story. Greg Harrison, what's up, bro? He says, bro, today I swear I almost fell off the bench when I read Ask Reggie. And I didn't say it to be mean. I was just like, hey, go ask the guy. I don't know. What can I tell you? Nobody can tell you except for Reggie. So go ask him. I don't know.
It's a long distance phone call.
Nick says Mendoza taking down BBB.
Hey,
one.
Nick made a good point. Nick made a good point tonight. Carmine went live with Mike, and they had a show, and you know they posted it in BBB, which they were allowed to post it in BBB. But then when badmouth BBB, which is kind of ironic, but
wait a minute. They posted their show, and then went and bashed on BBB.
They bashed on BBB because it's silencing the Second or the First Amendment. It's silencing the freedom of speech, and they're known to silence things. And this is going to segue into my first topic.
Well, it's kind of stupid to say that. I'm gonna tell you why, because we're not talking about a government entity here where they have to respect that. It's a private group.
Well, not only that, but let's just get down to the brass tacks of things, right? This hobby is rampant. When I mean rampant, I mean rampant and rancid with ego.
Ooh.
Ego is
Definitely
the
not cool.
craziest thing in this hobby that people have. And what's crazier to me is that 99.99997% of those people with the biggest egos in this hobby would never bring that ego 4 feet from me.
This is true.
The keyboard warrior that shit to death. Ooh, yeah, do it. The keyboard warrior that shit to death. I
have to refill.
You know, they make fake screen names and they do all this kind of things, and you know, real pussy shit, right? And I'm gonna call making fake screen names for the most part. I've seen a couple that I like that are funny, but it's just pussy to me, right? But that segues into, like, we have chats. Everybody has chats in this hobby. There's people that have group. You know, C4 has their chat. Carmine has his chat. You know, I have my
What's
chat.
Up, Carmine? Speaking of the devil.
Speaking of the devil, he appears.
He says, bashed on BBB is harsh way of putting it. I'm not, it's not what happened, and no one ever mentioned any amendments or constitutions.
But Carmine, what I'm getting at is you cannot in one breath say, we don't want any part of the drama, but then when there's drama that doesn't necessarily affect you, but I get your journalistic thing, doesn't affect you, whoosh, Carmine goes live and there's a live about the drama. That's putting you back in the center of the drama.
Well, listen, I've got this to say about that. If you really don't want drama, if you really don't want the drama, me, myself, I wouldn't even report about the drama. I wouldn't make it a story. I wouldn't make it a publication. I wouldn't be on it. I saw a posting from Matt Panetta. Okay, and this is a person that I've heard before say he's the drama's pretty much beneath him in the words he says, and like it's not at his attention. But yet, lately we see a little bit more coming at him. So what is it? Is it or isn't?
Again, that's something. If he was here, if you're watching, Matt, I will send you a link. I would love to come on, and we can hash that out, because again, that's another thing you can interpret of. You don't want drama, but you're posting about the drama. And like for me personally, like I got kicked out of your group.
Says, my one question: my resolution is love and forgiveness, and to be forgiven. No punches you throw can hurt me. God is good. Well, wave that flag as much as you want. You've got to live by it and really be it. From my experience with you, Evgeny, let me tell you, that's not what you're actually living compared to what you're saying and what's coming out of your mouth. That's not what it is.
And that's consistency, you know? But with Panetta, I would ask, for me personally, this is my question. For what you preach and what you relegate yourself to, and the end of what you relegate yourself to, I was ostracized for...
That's you and me both, Carmen. That's one thing we do have in common.
But I was ostracized for expressing my disapproval of the exclusive Winged Eagle and its price point from what we were sold from Classic Shields prior. And I know I went against Classic Shields, and I know about that whole thing, so that's not what we're digressing. But I was removed from your group. I was removed from All Elite belts. But what of not being in drama, what rules did I break? What page rule did I break to be removed from All Elite belts if it wasn't just something on a personal vendetta of that?
Well, I left all those groups. I left about 30 groups. It was just too much. It's just too much to follow.
Yeah, I'm not asking to be back in the group. What I'm asking is just, if you're preaching something, practice it consistently and without a gray area, because I was removed for no reason other than power, which is fine. I talked to Panetta tonight. He messaged me. I messaged him back. It is what it is. It's not a thing where I have to wake up in the morning and say, oh, what am I going to do to hate Panetta? Or what am I going to do to hate so-and-so? Or what am I going to do to hate? I don't want to have to do that at all.
Ooh, that shit is kicking good. I love this. Damn, dude, I got to send you the recipe to this thing. It's good.
But again, as a man, I'm not going to hide who I talk to because somebody else disapproves of it.
Yeah.
I know full and damn well when I'm having a conversation with Carmine, if I don't want something to be public information, I just don't tell Carmine. Carmine knows that. Let's be logical. I'm just Carmine. It's just what it is. Mm-hmm. Anybody that's dealt with Carmine for years knows confidentially and Carmine don't really go together.
I don't know why, but in cartoon form, I just visualize Carmen like salivating.
Right? You know, and he puts that journalistic integrity stamp on it, and it's like,
yeah. But
right.
I give him his flowers on that. I'll tell you why, because journalists are like, that's his job. That's what I can't blame the guy for even being like that. He's got to be transparent one way and the other, both. He's whatever the ears hear, he's got to go for.
See, but part of Carmine's...
I left it up there for a while. He says, oh, come on, Dozo, no one in the hobby is perfect. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. There is nobody that's perfect in the hobby. I can't even point out a person that's close to perfect in the hobby. I really can't. I can. And nobody's perfect.
Nope.
But
Not at all.
It's like you only get to sin so many times. You know what I mean? You can't repeat and repeat and repeat doing the same bullshit every time, all the time. Carmine, no, that's my music. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll lower it a notch. Lower it. Give him a notch. He's old.
I'll do it for him. I'll tell you what.
He's got spaghetti sauce in his ears.
I'm gonna lower the volume. You know, Kevin told me the same thing the other day. He was like, "Hey, lower your music."
He got spaghetti sauce in his ears. Leave him alone.
Jesus, God! I bet you if I was playing Sinatra, he'd be perfectly fine with that.
Right.
But then again, we are talking about real music.
Now we got an echo. To do the noise cancellation on the StreamYard.
Yeah. We got Nick here says, I was also booted from that group because I challenged CS. That doesn't seem like a good reason to me for anybody to get booted on a group. I think.
But I'll also challenge Nick on the consistency of if you boot somebody for making a fake account, shouldn't all fake accounts that are kind of known fake accounts be booted?
How many people are running around Facebook with fake accounts?
There's a few notables, you know.
People have told me they have 3-4 damn accounts.
Yeah. My thing is I'm looking for the consistency involved in everything, because at the end of the day is, man, I don't want to, like this morning was a prime example. I woke up this morning, I'm on vacation, 9 a.m. I'm waiting for DoorDash to bring my donuts. I'm sitting on the toilet, taking a shit, letting my bidet do the work. And I'm just reading these messages and I'm seeing all these messages and I'm getting, I'm like, dude, it's 9 a.m. Like, are we really that? I mean, and we can talk about it a little bit, you know, but I want to let Kevin really hammer it home. Is, you know, with the Talmadge situation and what it is optically, I have my opinions. I've stated my opinions to Talmadge. It's not going to change. It is what it is, but I don't expect Talmadge to lose sleep at night knowing my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't expect anybody to lose sleep knowing my opinion.
Yeah, and you gotta, and I've told people before like this, you may be my friend and everything, but I can't side with you when you're wrong. When you're wrong, I gotta call you out. When you're right, and I'll support you. You know what I mean?
And that's the weird thing that this hobby doesn't have is, like, I've had friends that I fist fought, and an hour later we're doing shots together and going to get some food. But you do that because you have a problem, you settle your problem like a grown up, and you move on. You don't wake up in the morning, make a fake account, drum up some drama, go back in, then claim victim, then drum up some drama, claim victim, and then drum up some drama. Like for me, my issues with PTM, as much as it seems like it's a podcast issue, it's not a podcast issue. It's personal with a few of them. It's personal. And that's where I leave it. It's personal. I don't ask anybody to dislike PTM because I have a personal issue with a couple of them. And that's a personal issue from
not to like PTM.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, but we do this little like wolf tribal, like let's just all just leech off of everybody else's drama, and gets to the point where you can't talk to. I talk to Carmine. And like I said, I talk to Carmine, and I talk to Carmine the way I know to talk to Carmine. I talk to Jones in a different way than I talk to Carmine. I talk to Joey in a different way than I talk to Jones. It's just you learn people and you learn how to talk to them. You know, and
a different mode. I got a comment here. Matt Panetta's here. He says, "Hi, Ethan." He says, "You were moved from the AEB due to the belt drama. It was kind of shit. You would post on my personal Facebook page."
What did I post on your personal page for Mother's Day?
For example.
I
don't know.
Wildly curious on that.
That's something you would have to have receipts for, send a reminder.
Yeah, I would love to be reminded on that because
He says then the PTM drama.
Yeah,
and then
100%. I kept ragging on the belt. I ragged on the belt until you turned it. I was critiquing the belt until you turned it personal and started taking shots at Low Rent Podcast. And when you took shots at Low Rent Podcast, that the writing's on the wall who you're talking about. So again, that's what I'm gonna do.
So
what exactly hold on. But that's exactly what I'm gonna do because I have my opinion, and you have your opinion.
So what belt was ragged on, if you even recall?
The exclusive Winged Eagle series, because I thought the price was ridiculous for what Classic
Shows a lot of people say that. You're not the only one. There's tons of people in the hobby. Actually,
different coming from me.
Hobby that is ragged on that.
So it's different coming from me.
It's different coming from you.
Because I should have been the one going, Hercules. And I wasn't. Because I was irritated at Classic Shield's business practice of saying, hey, we've been selling the best belt out there for the Winged Eagle, whatever. And then they snapped their fingers, and now we got an exclusive Winged Eagle series that's doubly better than what we've been selling you for double the price. I'm not stupid. But again, I don't want to digress. I don't want to digress back into that because for me, it is what it is. That's still 100,000 of those exclusive Winged Eagle series. I'm past that. I don't care. I'm just making a statement.
But that's even something that came up even with the C4. It's come up with lots of belts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's come up with it's nothing out of this fucking world. I mean, Vinny says, my inbox is always open to you or anyone. But I don't know how that happened. Last time I heard, you sent me a message with Joey saying that you weren't on Facebook at all anymore and you weren't going to be on it and you didn't even have an account anymore. So unless it was a lie, I don't know.
But again, this goes back to the influx of ego and sensitivity. The egos get real high and then something happens and then the sensitivity kicks in and they leave Facebook they block you or they leave Facebook for 2 weeks.
Now you guys can't split them. Don't be making deals.
And don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted what I'm saying. I'm no innocent party in the Matt Panetta thing. I did pick and I do pick and I'm going to pick because that's me and that's what I feel like I'm going to do.
Wow.
What I challenge you, I didn't get to finish what I was typing because all this other shit babble was. I was challenging you on your reviews because you do a fantastic job on your reviews and you're cranking them out. And I feel like you're leaving stuff on the table that you could be doing because you're a very talented individual.
I did not know this. I just found this right now. Like a lot of us, we're wondering who the fuck is the real Pat.
That's a question of the year.
I got to get him on this show first before we end it before the end of the year. So come on.
Well, what I was telling Babel is I feel like he is a very talented individual. He does all his TikToks and stuff like that. I'd love to see him incorporate more of himself into his review because he does a good job. Right now, he's just cranking them out, and I feel like he's trying to get his channel back, and he's just kind of short selling himself by like cookie cuttering them back in, just whipping them out. I was one of his 2 subscribers as OnlyFans. Come on, Babel.
That says you're missing the point. It wasn't because of the belt. Okay, so we're all here. I mean, it should be clear as day. No backstory. What is it that he's not getting? Is it something you felt personal? Is it a personal shot? Come out with it.
So with Matt, we don't talk. Here, I'll put my side. I'll put my side out there. So it's because on my side, it's very layered, right? And it's layered that goes through PTM, and then the river.
sorry to cut you off, but this is what Nick says right here. He says, you can't criticize Classic Shields. It's a no-no for some. That is fucking true. And like I've heard this been thrown around before, but the word fanboys or the name fanboys, it's a real thing with Classic Shields and even with some ORM stuff. But there are the fucking fanboys. You can't really say anything or criticize it. If any other maker takes a year to make a belt, there's shit. If Classic Shields takes a year to make a belt, you can't rush quality. You can't rush perfection. I mean, that's just how it is.
Again, I don't want Matt to feel like he's pigeonholed. No, I'm gonna air it on the podcast. It's one of those things.
And besides, you got nothing to worry about, bro. There's 19 viewers right now. This isn't.
You're more than welcome to
thousands of viewers. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Look, it's right here, bro.
And you're more than welcome to link. I don't want you to feel like you're relegated to just typing as a your only means to articulate yourself. So please, if you would love a link, I would. The only reason, can we send him a link?
Yeah, send it. Bling, guys. Also, that US title behind him, that's up for grabs.
Right?
That's up for grabs. That's HD, right? Nawaz?
Yes, that's Nawaz HD.
Nawaz HD. That's a phenomenal ass price for a belt that you can have like delivered in 2-3 days, not wait months. Sorry, Matt. I don't have an intro for you, so we're just gonna have to pop you on when you show up. I don't have an intro for you, brother. Would have known ahead of time.
Link has been sent.
Kiss the ring, biatch. Like the Dawn. Let's see them rocks. What rocks is he talking about?
Right?
Whew. But guys, everybody, really, just look. It feels like the last 3 days. There's been some, like, people are getting it out of their system. I get it, no big deal. But at the same time, like, there's subjects that people are just too damn soft on. Like, fucking get over it. We got Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, what's up, brother? He says, talk this out privately. I mean, we'll leave it up to Matt.
The reason, hold on. So hear me out, Jones, and I'm gonna let Jones, because Jones has always been an era of common sense for me.
Michael Jones, yeah, I can vouch for that. He's always been.
The reason why I feel compelled to talk it out publicly is because there's so many people, and we know this hobby. There's so many people that have their opinions and have their thoughts and have the thing is I would rather just I got nothing to hide. There's zero. What you see is what you get, unfortunately. And for me is a lot of it was semi-publicly due to the way I was left PTM, and there was a lot of things left for assumptions and a lot of things left for interpretation.
Ready, Matt.
And that's where it went.
Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Panetta.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Merry Christmas to the two of you and your families.
You can't come on here without a fucking drink.
Do.
You have a drink on your hand?
No, buddy, I don't drink.
No drink? Jesus Christ. And if it's a Coke, make sure it's not diet at least.
I don't drink pop either.
You call it pop?
Well, I'm Canadian.
Well, I moved to Indiana here, and I've discovered people call it pop here too. I'm running around asking everybody for soda. They still call it pop.
Yeah,
fucking weirdos.
I think some parts of Canada do refer to it as soda, but the majority, at least in where I live in Ontario, refer to it as pop. So,
Kevin, what is up, buddy? Love you, man.
I might have missed some of the things that were said when switching over.
Well, so I didn't say anything switching over. I intentionally waited.
Okay.
For like I was saying, I was trying to let Jones be the heir of reason, because I trust Jones immensely.
As do I.
but there's a lot of misconception, misnomer, and misinterpretation with a lot of people in this hobby about our situation because of PTM, and my friends took my side, obviously, in the situation, which I appreciate. And then your friends took your side in the situation, which you can appreciate.
Can we be clear? What situation are you?
So just the whole thing, it's the tribalism thing, right? So if we backtrack, right, when I left PTM, well, when I was,
Can I ask a question?
You were.
Written off the PTM.
I'm going to say this. I don't want to do this on the screen. And I said this to Jones, okay? And I said it to you in the comments because what I'm going to say to you, I don't think this is the place to do it. Okay?
what are you gonna say?
I said in the comments about why you were removed from the group, and you have a hard time recalling some of the comments that you made on my personal Facebook page. This has nothing to do with the belt. Absolutely nothing to do
I'm
with
trying to recall what
no,
person.
that's the thing. Maybe you weren't in your right state of mind, Ethan, when you were making these comments. I would never listen. You invited me on here. I'm going to say what I have to say.
Yeah. I invited you on here. You're going to say what you're going to say, but also
anything.
say complete thing.
The shit that you've gone through, Ethan, I would never wish on my worst fucking enemy. All right? I can't imagine the things that you've gone through and how you feel and how you walk around with that weight on your shoulders.
I'm good,
and
bro.
when I would post things, personal things on my personal Facebook page about my mother, about my father, and about my brother, whether it was a Mother's Day post, a Father's Day post, or a happy birthday post to my brother, you would go out of your way and comment on those posts like, must be nice to have a brother. Must be nice to flex that you have a mom on my personal page.
So
Actually,
again,
you've done that with me too, Ethan.
This is where you don't understand me personally, and you should have took 5 minutes to ask Jones or anybody on this planet that knows me. Anybody. So that's
You actually said that to me.
You know what? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for you misinterpreting my intentions. Because that's what it was. It was a misinterpretation of my intentions. It wasn't to rag on you. It's not to belittle you or anything like that.
Read the room. Read the room, Ethan. I know that you've been through shit, man.
I see, but here's the thing. You're interpreting things how you want to interpret without knowing me, my sense of humor, and my coping, my doing those things. So we'll leave this one off the air. Just so I don't want.
No, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole with you on camera.
I don't care. I'll go down. I don't care.
Ethan,
the amount of
not do that.
If you would have watched last night what we were talking about with Doza and Kevin.
Again, that's your.
I'm
thing.
one of those people.
That's not mine,
I'm one of those people that I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm an open book. I'm not shy about my past. I'm not nothing. I will put it out there. We were joking last night about Doza's dad beating him and my house getting drive-bys done on my house. That's us. I'm sorry. That's not you. That's not your the way you were brought up.
It's
so we're going to go ahead and leave.
It's more than just that. It's also the kind of people that I have on my personal Facebook page. It's the kind of work that I do. Okay? So when you cross that line on my personal, it's one thing if it's in a group chat, right, where it was private, because it was made public, and with the work that I do, no, that was the start of it. But we can digress.
When that happened, you didn't hit his inbox right away.
I've talked to Ethan about not about that, but I've talked to him about the personal things.
I feel
now
like
let's dive into the
you guys
PTM
should have
stuff.
spoken to about right away, because now, with the time that's gone by, that's been stewing inside.
Absolutely.
So
clearly with one, because, like I said, it was an interpretation.
That happened between me and Ethan. We were in our chat with Leonidas.
And that's a chat, Mendoza.
Yeah, I understand, but what I'm saying is I went through the same emotion because I let them know what I was doing with the family and everything, and celebrating with my brothers and stuff like that when I went to California. And Ethan commented the same thing. He said, "Must be nice. Must be nice to have a brother do that." So I was like, kind of like, what the hell? And I talked to Tony the next
Mendoza,
day,
if I can,
and we hashed it out after that.
But you felt that way, right? In a private chat, and you know Ethan much better than I do. If it was on a private, public forum where you have people that I don't know what you do for a living, man. I have no idea what you do for a living. But when you've got certain higher ups on your list, and you've got other family members, when it's out in the open for everybody to see, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and anybody, how you handle your account is your deal, man. Honestly, for anybody higher up in the community I work with and the work I do, I don't have those people on my Facebook. At least not my personal one where everybody can be a fool and comment whatever they want.
It's not like that on my page.
As far as me and Ethan, would have been public or in private, we still like talked it out the day after and was like, "Hey, dude, we're just coming from."
All it would have took was one message that said X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so like I said, that's not the only reason. That's not the only reason why you were removed.
That digresses into PTM.
Yep.
And with PTM, there was things that were happening that were the writing was on the wall, because I had issues with Jay in a chat, because when Jay comes, I'm putting it out there.
I don't care what you have to say, considering you came out and said
just leave Talmadge just comments down, because that'll be Tuesday. I had issues with Jay in chat because when Jay comes into chat, Jay likes to take over and dominate and kind of do his own thing and lead the chat into what he likes to do.
Sure.
And I took issue with it one night and said a couple of things. It's up to Jones. I
said to Jones I didn't want to do this, but you wanted to bring me up again, Ethan, like you've done week after week after week. The difference is
week after week.
You know how many times that you've talked about me on this show, whether it be about a belt or you and Mendoza. You know, I don't know Matt, but he sounds really arrogant and all the shit that you guys say.
We say a lot of stuff, but it's not hidden.
Exactly. So the difference is I don't talk about you on the platform. You guys talk about me on the platform.
You know, okay.
So you're free to do so.
Let's air about the PTM stuff. Let's do it right now.
You're clearly. I want you to take 2 minutes or a minute, 30 seconds to breathe, because you're clearly way more upset and animated than
because I don't
need to be.
Do this on.
This is a hobby.
It is a hobby.
Then click off. I gave you the opportunity to make sure you speak your mind, and you didn't feel like you were just relegated to typing.
That's fine.
So what I'll do is I'll abandon this topic, and we could talk about it another day.
Then why bring it up, Ethan? Let's not abandon it.
I didn't know you were going to get your panties this much in a wad. I didn't know it was going to bother you this much.
No, it doesn't bother me as much as you think it does, because when it comes to the whole PTM stuff, I'm sorry.
So okay, here I'm gonna here. I'll do it like this. I'll end it like this. When it comes to the PTM stuff, I had people that would call me brother and call me this and call me that. And a month after my dad died, I was abandoned by those people.
And did I message you? Did I message you when that happened?
Hold on. No, I'm not. This is where you get hogwashed, and like I was trying to say, this is where you get hogwashed into things for PTM that you kind of got the back end of the stick of, and I can admit that. But if you check the timeline, a month after my dad died, I was off the show. Those people that were calling me brothers and friends and stuff like that, most of them didn't return a text message. Most of them didn't return a phone call. So that's where my personal issues come in. It's not a podcast. It's those people that I spent countless hours with, brainstorming, helping, just being there. And then I was relegated to that. And then you cruise in, and you're an arrogant guy, you cruised in and got the backwash of a lot of it.
I agree with you.
That I'm telling you, I apologize for.
That's what did it for me. That's what did it, because I felt, Ethan, that you blamed me for what happened.
No, you were a backwash of what happened.
And I wish we had this conversation then, because I know that Michael,
just like you not knowing my sense of humor, I wish we would have had that conversation then. Two wrongs don't make a right.
When you lost your parent, I reached out to you and I offered my condolences because that's all I could do. When stuff with PTM happened shortly afterwards, I know that a few people in our circle said, you know what, Ethan, why don't you reach out to Matt? Because you were talking about it, you were hurt, and I get that. I didn't feel like it was my place to reach out first because I wasn't coming at you. I wasn't saying anything about you. And I felt like the blame got put on my shoulders. And you can ask Joe, you can ask Jones, you can ask Vinny, you can ask Nico.
Nico, prime example.
Yeah.
I'll throw that name out there.
I didn't want... I was hoping that you would message because I wanted to clear the air, because I felt like you blamed me for how your time on PTM ended.
Now let's frame this a different way. I'm dealing with my dad in hospice, dying, and I'm getting shit on a back end of I can't keep up with all the wrestling shows, and I don't look like I want to be there because I don't want to watch 3 fucking hours of AEW a week.
Yeah.
And I'm getting shit for that when I'm still trying to actively be there.
Yeah.
And then I get that. And then I just get ostracized by your side of the people, like Nico. Nico sided with you, which I 100% expect Nico. But I didn't have any with you and I think it was Tony. Tony, you guys had an issue, or somebody. Nico had an issue with somebody.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Nico had an issue with somebody, but I got the brunt end of it. Nico stopped talking to me because he's your friend. And I had a conversation with Nico.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, just because I'm not friends with Matt doesn't mean I can't be friends with you. And I would never not do that to you the same way you're doing it to me. But that's cool. It's what you got. No problem with. I love Nico. He's a good guy. But absolutely, that's the same thing. So for me, I'm getting XYZ from people that I spent hundreds of hours in chats and video chats on camera and everything like that to be treated a certain way. And then I'm expected to enjoy what is now my replacement. And effectively, but see, that's the thing is, you're wrong. You were effectively, just hear me out. When Jay was coming back, the writing was on the wall. I was gone. And Vinny does what Vinny does. I love Vinny, but Vinny has his way of escaping things where he's like, well, Jay does his own thing, so I'm not really involved with it. True or not, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. But where Vinny just kind of did that with it. And that was it with Vinny. That was it with Jay. And never the twain shall meet again. So put yourself in that position of all those relationships like that while my dad just died. A month. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Imagine any friend. Anybody you call a friend, Matt. Ronnie Fields, you call a friend, right?
Yes.
Imagine 3 weeks after his dad dies, you abandon him. What kind of person does that show you?
Ethan, I don't want to not validate any of the things that you just said, because I have been looking at it from your perspective since I was brought on to an on-screen role. You and I were a part of the podcast at the same time for a short while. I was just doing more backstage stuff. And then they asked me to come on to the forefront. This is why I don't want to have this conversation here, because I wish we had this conversation in private last year. I think that given everything that you just shared and everything that I know that you have gone through, I think I did take the brunt of a lot of it. And I think it should have been handled much better from other folks. And I feel like the animosity that was then created between us just snowballed as a result. And I don't think it was personal. I don't think it was where you and I can't speak on behalf of you, but I've heard you say this before. None of the shots, none of it was personal between us. It was just what happened, and it grew from there.
No, I wouldn't disagree with you, but again, you just took the appearance of more of the shots because it was easy for Vinny and Jay to disappear off of
fucking shit.
Off of a show. And sure. I do agree. I should have happened off the air, but you know what is what it is. Jones, I think I didn't throw anybody under the bus. I didn't rag on anybody. I put my position out there of what I went through. If that's wrong, then that's fine. I accept that. But as far as my sense of humor, it would have took a half a message for you to be like, hey, not on that Facebook. I got people on there. Something.
And I think I could say the same thing, Ethan.
Dude, I have my dad literally sitting. I joke about it. I have my dad literally sitting right here on top of the fridge next to the fucking cereal. But it's not gonna make, I'm not gonna get off here and cry. I'm not gonna, that's not me, dude. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I'm as resilient of a motherfucker as you're ever gonna imagine.
I wouldn't doubt that. Given everything I do know about you, and given you and I have been in many chats together over the years, especially during the pandemic, before it was even a thought with podcasting and things like that.
Michael,
no, because
he's been begging.
I think Mike Jones has always tried to nudge the two of us in his gentle, loving way that Michael Jones knows how to do. And neither of us...
Mike Jones is the most unappreciated person in this hobby.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mike Jones loves a belt that I hate. That's what I'll say.
That's true, though, too. But all I'm getting after is, like, for me, like I told Jones, I don't hate Matt. I dislike you from time to time a whole lot. But at the end of the day, and again, I keep telling everybody the same thing. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm just tired. But I don't have the energy to wake up like some of these people do every single fucking day just to be pissed off at somebody.
Listen, I know a lot of guys. I know there's more than a few guys that have been on here saying take it somewhere else. But honestly, what happened right now on this show right now is what the hobby has been missing. Where men,
it's a microcosm of a lot of chats.
Air your shit publicly on groups and on Facebook. We should all be man enough to be able to come on screen publicly and hash this shit out like men. Talk it out like men.
I agree. Mendoza, I want to apologize if I was outspoken at all, and if I came on here and I got upset. Ethan, yeah, I still feel. I apologize for even coming on here and even having this conversation because I still feel like we should have had.
That's what you felt.
No, but to Antonio's comment, I'd like to end this year, in the hobby world that we're all kind of a part of.
Kevin, you're asking for it, Kevin.
You're getting the link next, Kevin.
I think that it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it to hold on to any of these feelings, to any of these grudges, to any whatever. And like Joan said, leave it in 2024. And I'd like to imagine, Ethan, that you and I, even if we're not the best of friends, we can be civil with each other, and we can, if we see each other in passing, just nod and wave hello. That's it, man.
Look, I have my opinions. I'm a strongly opinionated person that is forever going to be a strongly opinionated person. But I'm not afraid to get on a fucking camera and air it out in front of anybody just because somebody doesn't want me to or doesn't think it's right. You know what? If I'll say it in private, I'll say it in public. That's how I operate. That's how I'll forever operate. I don't hate it. I don't hate anybody. Gary, Vinny, Carquito. I don't hate anybody. Matt, I don't hate anybody. I don't have the time, want, need, or desire to wake up and fucking have to remember or figure out who I'm going to hate. There is none of that.
Likewise. And when all this, you're putting that up again, Mendoza. Jesus.
You put it down at the bottom. Look at these guys love to repeat
the comments. What I wanted to just say before I guess wrap up, because this is your show. I don't want to spend more time on it than you guys.
You want to take over like you did on PTM?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if we have a vote.
See, again, you got to learn to lick. You got to learn to take the lick.
No. Here's the thing. Leave it in the past, dude. Even when the fake profiles came up, man, you can ask Carmine, and Carmine and I have had heated conversations and have strongly disliked each other over the years.
Carmine's a dick, so let's just put that out there right now. Carmine's a dick,
sure,
but he's our dick.
Well, you can say that he's not my dick.
Asshole.
He's like that pimple on your taint that you can't get rid of.
Holy Christ!
Hey, he just accepts it and he's there. It's fine. Carmine, like I stated about Carmine earlier, if you don't want somebody to know something, don't tell Carmine. It's just how he works.
Ethan, my point was, you can even ask Carmine, because when all this crap came up and it actually brought Carmine and I together to talk, I never once thought you were behind any of this nonsense.
Well, in fairness, Pat Panetta's grammar's far better than mine, so.
Well, it is what it is. Talmadge, I think, admitted earlier on your show that it was him, so it's not. I think
if anybody has this next,
we are going to have a chat. We are going to have a chat. Everybody.
I think you and Mark need to get into a chat.
Except Vinny Carquito. Vinny Carquito does not get a pass. He wants to apologize to me. He's taking it back, and then he slanders me on another group. Fucker, I know you want me just for my leather. I know you. Don't give me no shit. I already know.
But if the infighting can just like, dude, I'm in a chat that I don't even want to talk in anymore because it's unnecessary infighting. It's just unnecessary. I hate this person. I hate this person. I hate this person. I'm not with it anymore. If you want a Huckleberry, like I said, I'll always be the Huckleberry. But I'm just not going to sit here and have to cater, hide, or anything to who I talk to, who I don't talk to, who I like or don't like. I don't want anybody to fight my battles, just like nobody should want them to fight their own battles. And
sorry, can I jump in? Can I just jump in for a sec? just to say, because I know you guys are going to deal with this on Tuesday, and I really don't want to talk to Talmadge all that much. I didn't say you were the fake account on Facebook, but it was pretty obvious you were the Facebook account, and I think you, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mendoza put it up earlier. You admitted that you were on YouTube, and everyone kind of knew that. So it's just, if I had an issue with Ethan, I this is why I'm here right now.
That's the thing. The fake accounts. That's another thing.
Stupid.
The fake accounts. Stop.
Look, it's
Stop.
stupid. If you've got a problem with me, you got a problem with me. I'm not here to be everybody's friend. But at the same time, I'd like to imagine that at least with Ethan and I, even if we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, or we rub each other the wrong way, because we're very strong personalities, we can still have this conversation, and it's water under the bridge.
See, and you look at people that in this hobby that I talk to. Mark Maggard hated me. Now we're pretty cool. You know, Ben thought I was a racist according to Gary, but now we're pretty cool. Like, it's just one of those things. Dude, don't judge me till you know me. And one of the things, don't judge me on my sense of humor, because you know what? It's dark. It's dark. It's as dark as it's as dark as you're ever gonna imagine. Somebody made a mom joke at work the other day to me, and I was like, "Yeah, but she's a little ashy."
Yes, you're coping.
That's me. That's just who I am. That's my way of waking up every morning and putting my left foot in front of my right foot and my right foot in front of my left foot, and raising kids that are in college, that are on the honor roll, that are fucking have good jobs, and that are doing social work and helping autistic kids. That's my way of keep going. This might not be everybody's way, but that's my way, is my sense of humor and my dealing. If you have a question about it, ask. You know, Babel, again, I'm going to preface this with Babel. It wasn't a slight against you, Babel. It's just you're a talented dude. You do talented TikToks. You do a lot of talented stuff, man. Put that in your reviews, man.
Oh, Joey V.
Yeah, we don't talk about brick making videos.
We don't.
It's
process.
that's my ASMR. Just
let it be. Anyway.
I don't want to take
Matt,
up more of your time, gentlemen.
You know, Matt, I hope this maybe solve some of the riddles of my conundrum, because I know I'm a fucking riddle. And again, I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, who am I hating? That's not how I work. So I hope you have a good night, a happy new year, and all the success in the world on PTM, because I'll be watching because of Joey and Mike Jones.
Same here, man.
Gentlemen,
Kevin, get your bitch ass on here.
all the best in 2025. Take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
See?
that was Matt.
That was
Panetta.
adults.
Let this
What
be
we
a
just-
fucking example to everybody.
What we just did
watching
was adults.
and the hobby, because this is what we did right now. This is what we used to call having a meeting back in my neighborhood. We used to call a meeting. And it was either one or two ways. Somebody's getting jumped, or we're gonna have some reasoning. And like men, we should always have this kind of reasoning. And like I said when Matt was on here, I said, if we can publicly say the bullshit we say on Facebooks and on the pages, we should be able to do this publicly also, because this is what everybody needs to see and wants to see and should see. Let this be an example tonight about how it should be in the hobby. If there's little misunderstandings, that's another thing. This is something that grew and just was stewing for a while. Don't let that shit stew. That's what the inbox is for. Hit the inbox. Talk it out there. A lot of people like to get in their fucking emotions and go and make big ass postings, something that half the people would only read a quarter of the way down. Like, come on. Just fucking talk it out. Talk it out. Don't be
Again.
a fucking keyboard gangster.
And again, I'm not saying I'm not by any means going to wake up tomorrow and be like, Matt's my best friend or anything like that.
Welcome back, Nick.
You know, but the thing is, you know, being an adult and y'all want to have this kayfabe and this fucking fake machismo and this dude, just it's out of control.
Yeah, guys. And with that said, we're over the hour now. We just came on here to shoot the fucking breeze and talk some shit for a little bit. We have.
Tony never shows up. That's the problem.
And that's just even privately. But that's behind us. Joey, I'm gonna screenshot. What I want you to do is I'm gonna send a message to you about this fucking long. Make sure you screenshot that and send that to Tony for me, please. Okay. Please be the devil's advocate here. Mr. Ben Walker, what up? I'll check out the replay for show. Hell to the years. Please like and unsubscribe, guys. Please. Like and unsubscribe.
You know what's gonna, but again, going forward, you know what's gonna happen Tuesday. Tuesday, we're gonna have Tyler Dove and Talmadge on Double Dropkick. And
that's still to come. Shout out to Double Dropkick. Shout out to Mark Maggard Spanning the Glove. They had an awesome show tonight.
The show's not going to be exactly what you think it's going to be because I have my opinions. Kevin is the co-host, well, the host. Kevin has his opinions, and you know, our opinions don't meet. And I'm going to go ahead and ask and say what I feel again because I'm not afraid to of what I believe, and we'll see what happens and go from there. I'm not in the court of opinion of changing people's minds. I'm just going to ask the questions. So if you have questions, make sure to ask because you know what? We'll ask them.
Why did you have to mention Carmine again? Are we on the 5-minute mark? We're supposed to mention Carmine every 5 fucking minutes.
Right?
It's annoying. And I get sponsorship money.
We get $15 for every time we mention Carmine's name. That's the thing that people don't know. It's like Beetlejuice.
Carmine's loaded. He's loaded, so it's okay.
I'm sorry, Nick. Your private jet. Nick's private jet doesn't have strong enough Wi-Fi to host the show.
Nick, the only way you're getting on this show is if you have a drink. I'm telling you right now. You gotta at least have some pop. And put something in your pop. Okay.
You know, hold on, but that's a good idea. Is there ever a time we can arrange?
I know, I'm sorry. We start getting fined when we miss the 5-minute mark.
I know the Goat Milk Diary is dying, but is there ever a time we can arrange to have Nick Carnival and Chris Stratton on the Goat Milk Diaries? We'll come back just for that.
Let's do that. Let's
if you guys can find a time, we'll do a pop-up show if we have to.
It's fine by me.
But just to have Chris Stratton, Nick Carnival on the Goat Milk Diaries, I think that would be the perfect send-off for us. Ooh, like Batman, you never see him in the same place.
We do better bookings here than fucking AEW.
Tony Khan ate his heart out tonight.
Again, Richard.
It was kind of like Macho Man holding up Miss Elizabeth WrestleMania 7 after Sherry beat him up.
I need to get that apology, bro. You were spreading rumors about the zebra cakes. I didn't get my apology yet.
Oh, speaking of zebra cakes, I hate to digress, but we found our next year's Christmas tree. No. Next year's Christmas tree, bro.
Oh,
look at that.
That is cold. Ooh.
Dude, that is going to be dope.
Guys, Reggie Reggie Parks belts are going to be available soon. Okay.
Are we doing the 350? The
Grab 'em
350
up.
blowout?
No. I spoke to somebody today, and it's going to be elite pricing. Okay. Not anybody can join that conversation. This is total underground shit.
What if we did fake raffles like Eddie Williams used to do?
What if I go in a like dark video and I talk like this?
Yeah. If you want that, Reggie. I'm under witness protection and I can't really talk about it much, but if you want that, Reggie, come at me in my inbox.
And then I'll do it like this. I'll do it like this. Hey, Talmadge, you're a dick. Ben, Uncle Tom. Carmine Labia.
Here goes Kevin again, asking for trouble.
What's Kevin know? Kevin's a white male over 40. He's unprotected by society standards.
Oh God. Oh, those are actually in the works. That's something me and Ethan have discussed for a while. Finally get that belt tip right. You're gonna get that shape right, because everybody does the same regular shape. Nobody's ever done that I have seen the correct shapes for those Reggie belts. No. Oh God. I mean,
Back to my janitor's closet. In front of the KFC.
in front of the KFC. In a van down by the river.
Right? By the river. You know, that's what we do, you know? And it's sad that, like, again, I'm throwing out names. It's sad that, like, Tony misses this.
Oh God. We do need a Zebra Cakes belt.
If there's ever an award for the year, Goat Milk Diaries deserves the Zebra Cake Award of the Year.
Jeez, why
We really transcended the Zebra Cake this year. We brought Little Debbie to a level it's gonna be hard to surpass.
sales went up. We need to be sponsored and paid for that shit. You know that?
I'm gonna put that on Twitter. I'm gonna tweet Little Debbie. Like, hey, bitch.
I heard Ben let Deborah go home very sore. Big Deborah.
Well, Ben got them big old mitts, man. He's just like,
Jeez. We're at 4.5 minutes, Carmine says. There we go. And I already mentioned it again, so you're safe.
no, so you're wrong, Joey. He would have to be here to co-host. I don't even know what you call him. What would you call him? I mean, the ghost of the year.
the no host of the year. I mean, if anybody ever ghosted, that's a ghosting. It's all in the tip. It's all in the tip. Guys, I thank you guys for being here tonight and spending some time with us. I appreciate that big time. Big time, big time. I know you guys can be doing much better things with your time than being here. I'm glad you're here to take some time. And don't forget, guys. Please don't forget. Damn, I forgot to change that. It's supposed to say like and unsubscribe. I forgot.
You know, but again, do we really want to? We're going to be back. We're like herpes. We're going to be back. You just don't know when. But, you know, there's going to be a time you're going to get this itch. You're going to be like, oh, is something going around? Code goes to the, that's.
It's catchy. It's catchy. That's what we did tonight, brother. That's what we did, Ben.
Try. But we had goat milk don't get accused of being examples very often, good examples.
No,
But I feel like tonight we were a good
don't
example
talk about
of two adults talking and hash out some situations. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be like, best friends. But you know what? He can go about his day and I can go about my day. And
the air has been
That's
cleared. You can go open your fridge, open up an egg, and start rubbing that bitch all over like this.
dude, I'm going to pull my dad off the fridge and give him a dusting. I literally, nobody believes, I literally keep my dad next to the Cheerios as an inside joke.
Wow.
Because before we go, my dad was a diabetic and his blood sugar would spike hella high sometimes. Because at the end, he didn't really give a shit about his blood sugar. So his blood sugar got to like a 700. So, no, my dad had a Debo bike. You know, the 3-wheel bike? He's riding around the town on this 3-wheel bike, right? He comes over to my house and he's just slurred speech and just, I'm like, dude, are you drinking? And he's like, no. I was like, what's your blood sugar? We check his blood sugar. It was 740.
Fuck.
I'm like, dude, we're taking you to the hospital.
Ready to explode at that point.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll get to the hospital myself.
No.
And he's on his bike. No, he's riding his bike, his 3-wheel bike. So I'm following with the hazards on, right? This motherfucker would randomly pull over because his bike had baskets on the side. Would randomly pull over and he had boxes of Cheerios in his basket on the side of his bike and would stop and grab a handful of Cheerios and eat some Cheerios and then keep running. And he rode himself to the emergency room.
Holy shit. And that was before
So
the days
that's
of e-bikes. Okay.
That's why I keep him next to the Cheerios on the fridge.
Wow. Wow. Man.
I'm telling you. Story for everything.
Oh God. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in, man. We are ready to get the hell out of here. I know you guys got to go to bed. You guys already had a full helping of Spanning the Globe. I'm sure that was very intense.
Bam.
Yeah. And,
Bam, that's not in the drama. That's the drama that's not in the drama for the drama.
They got a full fucking dose today, everybody. Again, guys, thank you so much for being here with us for whatever time we have remaining. We will see you guys on the next one. Ethan, love you, brother.
Love you, kid.
And
hey, Reggie, don't forget Reggie Blowouts.
Yes. Don't worry. That was my boy Ethan, guys. We'll see him out. Awesome man, awesome gentleman, awesome guy. Guys, we're out of here. We are out of here. And I hope you guys have a good New Year. If I don't see you before then, we will check you out some other time. Out of here.